Hello, everyone, and welcome to this special edition of Nova Vital Podcast. I'm here with our special guest, who's our new counselor, Pranathi. And Pranathi has written a book called Chakra Meditative Art Therapy. Welcome to our show today.
Thank you.
So, the first question I have is, how do you pronounce your last name? Because I was having some difficulty with that before.
Maram Raj.
Yeah, got it, Maram Raj. All right, so I want to talk about your book today. And first of all, I want to welcome you to the Nova Vital family. It's just so great to have somebody who's got a creative background, who can bring something special and something interesting, new, and innovative to the addiction model that we have here at Nova Vital. So thanks for coming on board with us.
Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it.
So what do you think as you take on your new role here? How do you see yourself being able to bring some of your background to clients in addiction?
So, majority of my training as an art therapist was in group counseling. So I feel like I can bring a lot of new art therapy directives to the approach.
Great. And let's get into the book a little bit, because I know that this is pretty some groundbreaking stuff. And I want to know what your background in the creative arts is.
So I basically was inspired to find a healing outlet when I was 9 years old, when I lost my mother. And as I said, art was always my healing outlet growing up. And when I became an adult and I was looking for a career, I was gravitated towards art therapy.
Yeah. So your mother's passing was the trauma that really triggered you to begin to explore art?
To explore art, yes, definitely.
Or was it and sometimes we carry traumas for a long period of time with us, and you found that healing then, and then you wanted to bring that to other people?
Exactly. I wanted to have art as a healing outlet to contribute to other people's healing process.
So were you also into meditation when you were younger?
Not when I was younger, no.
So when did that come into it?
That was around college.
So then you had the art, and then you had the meditation. Is that what led you to write the book here and to do the exploration and all of that?
Yes. So when I was working as a graphic designer, after attaining my Bachelor of Arts from LSU, I felt like an inclination to be in a helping field as opposed to, not being feeling connected with others.
So you were already studying to be a counselor at that point?
No, not yet.
So it was more the art first and then the counseling. That's when you made your decision to go into that.
Yes.
So combining those two is like we tend to find here that art therapy is extremely helpful for a certain clientele. How do you translate it to everybody? Because someone will come up to you like, oh, I'm not artistic, or they'll be afraid to try that.
Sure. I think that's where the chakra meditative art therapy approach becomes very effective, because a lot of my participants who have participated in groups that I've had haven't had much art experience or even meditation experience, but it's just what comes up in the reflective process in the subconscious mind.
Yeah, we were talking about the subconscious. We were talking about kind of the Western approaches through Freudian therapy, and then Jungian approaches, but this Eastern approach also seems to get to the same kind of area, that subconscious, and trying to bring things forward. It was interesting when I was talking to you earlier that each of these chakras has a different color that's associated with it, and that when you're working with clients, you can often tell where their trauma occurred by looking at the colors that they're using after this meditation.
Yes, that is definitely true. Certain colors resonate with certain individuals depending on their own personal experiences.
So walk us through how you might handle a client or a group of clients and to help them maybe process some of these traumas and understand a little bit what might be going on in their subconscious mind.
So I lead the group in a guided meditation, and then I have them create art as a reflection after the meditation. And then as a group, we look at all of the artwork, and then each member of the group describes what the art means, symbolizes to them specifically. So I let them kind of share what their experience was of the process and of the actual creation.
Oh, and then what's the next step after that? Do you do more individual after that, or do we just talk as a group and the group is healing by hearing other people's approaches and other people's situations?
It's more of a group healing process, yes, because the feedback that's given by the other group members, it's all, as you know, therapeutically part of the element for the group.
So, we're focused here on a kind of a daily theme and I could see that. Is that something you would do on a daily basis with your clients in one of the hours that you're working with them, and then that kind of flows out to a wider discussion? Or is it something maybe once a week that you would do?
I think something more like once a week.
Yeah.
And then if they wanted to, and if I had individual sessions, then we can kind of take it a step further individually.
Sure, I think that makes a lot of sense. And I would like also, I think if we have one client group that's working with you about that, would you, and I'm sure you would, be willing to teach our other counselors how to do a similar type of process, so that if client A is in your group and they're like, oh, we got this wonderful thing, then it can be something that can be translated to other groups. I think the other thing, say yeah.
Yes, definitely.
I didn't let you answer the question. Terrible interviewer. That's good. Well, the other thing is we can offer this in a workshop in the afternoon so that other clients have that kind of exposure to it.
Definitely. I think that would be great.
Next week and all of that. In this quote, I hate the word journey, but because it's overused, but it is, in this adventure that you've taken on. How do you see this developing in the future? Because you've written the book, you have a certain methodology on all of this, but what's the next step on all of this for you?
Honestly, I want to create an online course for the training part of it, and then as well as be able to see clients individually through an online system.
Yeah. I mean, we can do some of that through our Nova Vital capabilities too, and I'd love to work with you on that going forward. Tell us about the most exciting thing that ever happened to you when you were working with a client in this process.
So I had a client, in one of the groups that really felt like it was a very powerful tool for her. She expressed that she was a cancer survivor, and she was holding on, there was a lot of trauma obviously in that, and so she was able to process through some of that with this group experiential.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. How do you help clients interpret their art without imposing your own meaning on it?
So I usually have the client tell me in their own words about their artwork initially, and then I'll ask questions supporting what they've already expressed to me. So I usually don't say that, something symbolizes something when, it's my interpretation.
Right, because you're going to see it in a certain way, but they're the entry. They're the ones that, so that's very person-centered. It's very Rogerian in a certain way.
Right.
So, my specialty is in trauma. We see the connection between trauma and addiction, and we see how that plays out, and the research really runs in that direction. So I'm really excited about that. I do psychodramas to help them kind of recreate and then process experiences as adults, that happen to them as children. So it gives them kind of agency and power over that. And
Sure.
I'm wondering, is that an approach? Is the art approach like that very similar, but it's using art techniques to do that? Is it more I've got control of it because I'm handling an instrument and I'm putting it out on paper?
I think it's very similar, honestly, because it's basically both forms of creative expression.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I would imagine writing would be another thing. Have you ever experimented with writing around this as well? Like journaling or?
Yes, I have journaled around chakra meditative. I actually want to create a workbook that goes along with my book.
Yeah, well, we'd like to help you with that as well. So a lot of exciting things are going to be happening here. It's really great having you here. Thanks a lot for your time here today, and good luck in your career here with Nova Vital. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.